Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of Sharing Wisdom. I'm your host, Angie Wisdom, and today's episode is going to be short and sweet, and I'm going to give you something so powerful for your business. You didn't even know that you needed it, but it will change things for you. It is what you need if you've ever felt like you are a little stuck, a little maxed out, capacity is full, and you know you have more potential, you know there's revenue opportunity, but it feels like you have too much on your plate. It feels like, how in the world could you get to that next level when your current level is weighing you down? Now, this is the thing I see with all of my high performers and my businesses. You go out and you build something, you've got this great idea, you've got this vision, you make it happen, you believe in it, you create it, and you build this really, really great machine that produces results, that grows your business, that produces the revenue, that creates jobs, all of these things, and it works. And it's really, really exciting. And then all of a sudden you wake up one day and it's not quite working the same it used to. Your growth feels like maybe it's stalled a little bit. You're not growing at the same rate. Maybe even the work that you're doing feels a little bit draining. Feels like there's a lot of energy being given. Maybe you have too many things on your plate. You're involved in everything. And it can even feel like what you have built, this beautiful machine that you have built, is now running you instead of you running it. And that pressure, that weight may even have you asking the question, do I even want more if this is what it looks like? This is a very, very, very common scenario I see with business owners because, look, you pour everything you have into a company and you build it. And then how do you get to that next level when you're so in it? When your to-do list is longer than anything else, when your calendar is completely full, your inbox is just constantly growing. This is the question that a lot of people come to me for and ask me because they're like, how in the world am I supposed to get here if I can't even get out of what I'm in right now? And that's what I'm giving you today. I'm giving you a powerful permission and formula to take a very strategic pause. Now, as I even say that, I'm sure some of you are cringing at the word pause. I love the word, but I know a lot of high performers feel like pause. How could I actually pause? If I pause, everything is going to get worse. My emails are going to pile up. My messages in my phone are going to get, overloaded. People are going to need more from me. My to-do list is going to get longer. Like, I know all of this is running through your mind. Like, a pause doesn't even feel possible. But I want to ask you to reframe that for a second, just for a moment, and know that this particular pause, the way we do this pause, is actually going to create opportunities for you to fix all of that, for you to get out of the machine running you, and for you to get back into the driver's seat of it. So this pause is not a rest. It's not a break. It's not a moment to decompress. It's not that kind of a pause. It's a strategic pause. And it's why I labeled it that way for you, strategic, because if you're a high performer and a business owner or you're growing your income, strategic is a great word, right? Like, there's a purpose behind this pause. It's not just to re-energize. It's to intentionally take a look at your business to see where the opportunities are, where the bottlenecks are, to make decisions that will get you out of your current situation and to create the capacity that will allow you to get to that next level. So I'm giving you 3 pieces today. And again, this is short and sweet. I just want to open up your mind to this idea that what you need is a strategic pause so that you can finally see what you need to see, make the decisions that you've been putting off to create the capacity to create what you want in your business. So I know a lot of you, like I said, you're going to have this feeling that this pause is going to pile things up for you. But I'm asking you for 15 minutes today. That's it. And then even just one day for a strategic pause on what you can do to shift things in your business. So let's talk about what this pause looks like. The first piece of your pause is elevation. So think about this for a minute. If you have this massive farm, this garden, and you're always in it, all you can see is what's right in front of you. All you can see are the weeds that are overgrowing, the plot that isn't growing at all. You'll see all the things wrong, and you become very reactive to what you see because things need to be fixed. That's what happens when you're in your business. When you're in your business, it's very easy to become reactive because the next problem comes up, next client request comes up, the employee issue, whatever comes front and center, you now have the choice to deal with it, right? So you can become very reactive, constantly fixing what you see, or not even necessarily fixing, but just doing what you need to do to keep those wheels turning, to keep the revenue coming in, to keep the customers or the clients coming in as well. So this first part of your strategic pause is elevation. So think about this. You have to elevate to evaluate. Going back to that farm, that garden analogy, when you're in it, you see what's right in front of you. If you jumped up on a rooftop and you stood on the rooftop and you look down at this farm or this garden and you took a bird's eye view of it, you would be able to see everything. Instantly, you'd be able to see the areas that maybe weren't getting enough light, the areas that were growing really well, the areas that weren't growing well. You could see what's causing that. I mean, there's so much awareness and opportunity when you can elevate above your business. And the majority of the time, and I think if you're being honest, how many times do you elevate above your business? Probably not very many. But this is where you actually get to create the awareness to do something different. Because if you're just in your business all the time, there's no way to work on your business. So that first phase, I'm asking you to elevate. I'm asking you to pause and rise above what you see, what you're working in, to go, where are my opportunities? Where are the bottlenecks? What could be better? What's really taking up a lot of my time? Like, you really get to start analyzing. You as the owner, as the entrepreneur, as the lead, whatever role you play, like, your time is so important. And every time I go through this with my clients, we always see that so much of that main person's, that key executive role, is being used in areas that are below their impact line. Okay, so this next piece, here's the thing. You create this vision, you elevate, you evaluate, and you see this opportunity. And then you're going to think, this is really exciting. And at the same time, you're going to think, how is this actually going to happen? Because the lens that you're looking through right now is the lens that you had when you created this company. It's the lens of your current identity. What we have to do is give you a lens of your next level identity, because the person who created your business is not going to be the same you who takes your business to the next level. So there's this whole part of believing and identifying with who do you need to be in order to make this vision happen. Okay, so now that you have taken a stance from the rooftop and you have elevated and you have looked down and you have evaluated, and you see these opportunities, you see the bottlenecks, you see everything that you need to see, you might think that this is really, really exciting. And you will have this kind of tinge of excitement, but I'm also warning you, you may also feel a little bit of doubt. Like, but how? How am I going to make this happen? And the reason that how comes up is because you are not the same person you need to be to create your next level. You are the person who created this business and got you to this level, but your next level in your business is going to require you to step into a different identity. It's going to require a different belief system, your self-worth, your confidence, control, value, trust in the people around you. There are going to be new things that you identify with that are going to take your business to the next level. So after that first step of seeing it, now we've got to step into, how do we start believing it? And what does it look like? If you saw the opportunity from the rooftop, you get to ask yourself this question of, well, who do I need to be to make it happen? What kind of leader would I be? How would I feel about myself? How would I feel about my business? How would I feel about my team? Like, you have to really examine the identity. And I love to look at the identity that you are now that created this business, and then also look at the identity that you need to be. And you can almost draw like lines from one to the other to go, well, I used to say I had to carry it all. That was my identity that got this business going. But my new identity is going to have to be one of a delegator. My old identity was take on any business. We need all the business that we can get. And the new identity might be, we are a little bit more discerning. I trust that my business will grow, so I'm more discerning about what type of clients that we bring on. This is the identity shift that happens in that part 2 of the strategic pause. Without this, you will not believe that what you saw is capable. So this is such an important piece, right? We have the elevate to evaluate, then we have this pause to see, what do we need to believe? What is the identity that I must embrace in order to create that vision that I saw? Now, even with those two, I'm going to bring you to the third piece here. Even with those two, it's still not enough, because guess what? You see the vision, you understand who you need to be to make it happen, this identity shift, this belief, but how and when? Because right now, if we go back to the beginning of this podcast, we determined that your calendar is already full, your inbox is loaded, your text messages are, continue to pile in. So there doesn't feel like there's any space or capacity to make these changes. And that's our third piece, is that we have to get into a capacity creation period, because you want to make the change, you see it, you believe it. But the number one mistake that entrepreneurs and business owners make is they stack on the responsibilities. You will not, I promise you will not get to your next level business by stacking more on. That's exactly what creates a bottleneck. It's what creates the resistance for entrepreneurs going, do I really want more of this? So this next phase is about, what are you going to replace? Capacity creation is about understanding what is yours to own and what isn't. It's about understanding that you have an impact line. And if you do anything above the impact line, your business is going to go into an upward trajectory. It's what's going to create growth. If you do things below the impact line, it's going to be what continues to maintain the machine that you've built to create more of what you already have, but not necessarily the growth that you're looking for. So this capacity becomes like, what do we need to subtract? What do I have to take off of my plate in order to make room for the vision I saw and the belief that I'm embracing? Scaling is not about stacking. It's about subtracting. And so this capacity creation period is you getting really honest. If I stand in this new identity, what comes off? How do I create some capacity here? Who are the people that I need? What are the systems I need to change? What are the clients that need to shift? You get to really evaluate, how do you put time on your calendar, capacity to step into this new vision and this new identity. And that's really it, you all. It's 3 pieces of the strategic pause that will allow you to see your business from a different level, to understand who you need to be in order to take it to the next level, and then to create the capacity to actually make it happen. Those are the 3 pieces. And you can do this in many different ways. Like, I have one client, he's gotten so good at, he literally takes every other week as a focus week. And it's huge for him. He runs an investment firm and has a lot of employees. So he needs that level of focus to be able to rise above the business and look at the growth. I have others that can do it on a quarterly basis. That one CEO day for you to take the strategic pause to evaluate all this. It might be a weekly basis for you. That is the formula. And it starts with just one day. One day is all you need to give yourself right now to create this strategic pause that will 100% change the way you see your business, how you see yourself in the business, and the time needed to create some of these changes for yourself. So you have to know that if I'm giving you all this information, I am not going to leave you hanging when it comes to creating this one day. I'm super excited to tell you that my Get Intentional event this year is actually a big strategic pause. So in the past, I have done events and I've brought in lots of speakers and there's been lots of inspiration, and I love, love, love my speakers. They are so phenomenal. And this year, I really decided you all need this strategic pause because you are busy. There is a ton of opportunity and you're not taking it on your own. So I am creating it for you. This is your invitation to hit the pause for one day, March 28th, one day. You get to come join me in person in a room full of other entrepreneurs who also need that strategic pause. And we are going to do all the work in the room together. We're going to elevate so you can look down on your business and see what the opportunities are. We are then going to shift into the belief and the identity that you must embrace in order to create that vision you saw. And then we're going to step into that capacity creating. We're literally going to create your impact line, your focus filter, and a 90-day plan so that you know exactly what you are going to do over the next 90 days that's going to take you on the upward trajectory to grow your business instead of maintaining the machine that you've already built. So if that is intriguing to you, I want to invite you to get intentional. The link will be in the comments for you or the show notes. And you can also pop over to my Instagram, Angie Wisdom _. You will find the link there in the bio. You can go to my website, angiewisdom.com under speaking and find Get Intentional 2026. I'm telling you, you all, it is going to be a day that changes how you see, show up, and use your time in your business that is going to pay you back 100 times over. So be there, grab your ticket and be there with me. And again, if you can, I know it's not possible for everybody depending on where you live and your financial situation. Embrace what I gave you right here, a strategic pause that can really shift what you see in your business and how to show up in it in just one short day for yourself. So whether you join me on March 28th at Get Intentional, or whether you schedule your own day in your calendar, give yourself the strategic pause you need to take your business to the next level. All right. Well, thank you for joining. Thank you for listening to me. I hope that you schedule your pause. And hey, if you're listening to this and you think there's someone that you know that could really use this, do me a favor and send it to them. Send them the link, send them the invite to Get Intentional. I'm always so appreciative if you subscribe to my channel, if you leave any comments or reviews for the podcast. It helps tremendously. And I love to know that it is helping you as well. So until next time, take your strategic pause, and I'll see you later.